足を踏み出して、体重を移動しながら腰をひねり、肩に力を伝えて、
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Are you guys enjoying the stream today?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
What's up, everyone? We're going to be talking Somali's new lame defense and also a little BabyHaze's 69 because I got some updates, some crazy stuff. A police report filed. Thus, the criminal saga begins. We're going to be talking about it all tonight on The Legal Mindset. Of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, an American attorney over here in Asia, dedicated to ending the reign of nuisance streamers over here in Asia. Also dedicated to scuffing my stream by popping my collar. Like I'm in some fraternity. What is this? What is this? Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Giving me
emotional damage.
What's up, guys? Good to see you guys in the chat today. Appreciate everybody here as you're coming on in. I know we're gonna linger on in. I know it's a little bit of a last minute one, which is probably why people are catching up, getting in here. It's good to see everybody here at last. Sir Jack says, amazing that Somali can come up with the excuses. This one is kind of novel. This one is kind of, he's had some other interesting ones, but this one's good. Of course, we have a PP. I've got a PowerPoint, of course. So we're going to be getting into that. And going through that very, very well. I scuffed my collar, but I was not late. I was exactly on time. So I started exactly at 9:30 when I set this, which I set this 15 minutes ago or so. So there we go. We've also got a fast facts version for the Somali portion. I may need to do a clip of the BabyHaze part because I didn't do that otherwise. So yeah, that may mean it's something I'll do. So maybe I do that as well. I'm on time. We were not prepared. I know. No one is ever prepared. No one is ever prepared for the mindset. Neko Girl 862 says, good morning, LM. Can't wait to see the update for RKI. Yeah, it's always fun to get the RKI update. There's always new excuses, new BS, new bullshit. And today, I think by talking about this today, I'm going to defeat not just what he said or what his allies or stand-ins said, but I'm going to defeat a lot of the speculation and crap that might come out in the next month or two, because I do imagine where we're at in this cycle, we're going to hear a lot from people that are not Somali, i.e. his allies like Hank, etc., or from Somali, but using his fake accounts. So mind you, Somali has dozens and dozens of fake accounts. So he has other accounts that he uses to get out information, to make arguments so that people will think it's not him, but really it's him, right? Because Somali does that quite often. He's got fake accounts pretending to be me. He's got fake accounts, pretending to be other people. He's got all sorts of stuff out there to try to get stuff out. So we're going to talk about that. Rigo said, it's okay, Andrew. We won't judge you too hard for trying to relive the party days of Gainesville. Hope the PP isn't too big. We can only take so much at a time. There's a lot, and especially with BabyHaze, because he's pretty big. So, with BabyHaze and a large PP, we may have a girthy presentation. Although I do think we're going to stick within about an hour time limit today. So I think we're going to keep it about an hour today. That's my over-under. Okay. So let's get into it today. We're going to start out. Let's start out with the PowerPoint here. Of course, the good stuff. So this is the update for today. Of course, the June 11th, 2025. Super Christian Me World says, can't wait for your take since 15's video. Yeah, it's kind of reacting to a little bit of what was said on other videos, including 15's. So it's a little bit of that, but also a little bit of other stuff too. Danny Skier said, what are the chances you'll run the Goggin TV? Low. I was just at, the places I go to in Bangkok, they cannot afford. Let me put it that way. I run in a circle that is above their budget and limit. The places I go and the things I get into are places they can't get past the door, right? They would never even be let in. That's one thing. I was enjoying a nice dinner with one of my partners here, my business partners here. We had some nice Japanese Wagyu beef. It was beautiful, nice barbecue, and finished that and headed on over here. Darth Torlin said, yo, LM, have you checked out the new Hero track? I did. It was awesome, brother. Thank you. Shout out to Darth Torlin. Great channel. Go check him out. He does Johnny Somali diss tracks, and they are fire. Check out Darth Torlin. He's a great content creator. Much love for him. Much love. Danielle, if you can drop his link in the chat. Drop his link in the chat. Thank you, Danielle and Darth Torlin. Is this the bombshell video? No. That's coming. Not yet, kids. Not yet. That one's coming. I can't drop it. Trust me, you'll know. You'll know when it's that. You'll know. This is something different. But thank you for remembering that. All right, let's continue here. So let's remember where we're at in the cycle. This is very important. So we're at the point in the cycle where normally, like if this was Japan, if this was not legal mindset coverage, where Somali goes into hiding. This is when he goes into hiding and there's no coverage. So he hopes during this period that the heat will die down and he's going to escape responsibility. Well, that's not what we have now. What we have is we've got to keep covering him everything that we can. Now, I'm not going to come up with BS and I'm not going to make up stuff that's not stuff at all. However, when there is stuff to cover and when there is stuff that matters, I will cover it and make sure it keeps going viral, keeps trending, keeps out there. So we keep the pressure on Johnny Somali. That's what we got to do to continue this cycle. And of course, inevitably, he will act out. He will say something because he cannot help himself. He's addicted to the clout. So what is the new defense? What's happening today? Well, what's happening today is he has this new defense that Discord made me do it. That's right. It wasn't the alcohol. It wasn't the cabbage. It wasn't him getting high on his own supply. It was Discord making him do it. Oh, also Mom and Trill, shout out. Trill and I will be right there with you. Awesome. Good to hear that, Mom and Trill. Appreciate you. Love you guys. This is the one. And this has been mentioned in other videos, right? This is the kind of excuse. Now, I know that people are saying it wasn't, it can be whether it's Somali or whether it's one of his allies. Understand that Somali has about 1 million bot accounts, so we never know who's who. And beyond that, people he commands to do things or people that give him information, it doesn't remove the liability from him. So for me, anything coming from Somali's Discord is coming from Somali. Even if it's a person that's an ally, whatever, it's coming from Somali. It's coming from Somali. So in my mind, Somali is now claiming through his proxy, I put statutes instead of statute. That's my law brain, right? So anyways, this is some scuff here. I scuffed it, guys. Sorry. Where's my clip?
No. Wait.
Let's just hold on. There we go. What problem? There's no scuff. You guys didn't see any scuff. There's no scuff. Okay. So anyways, so he's claiming the Discord created a list of comfort woman statues for him to attack and that made him misbehave in South Korea. So he's blaming the Discord for, and yes, I scuffed the shit out of that one, guys. By the way, like the video if you enjoy the live scuff, because it's always classic. I also scuffed the fast facts, so I didn't even catch that one in the scuff of the fast facts. But that said, there's no scuff in Bossing Say. That's right. All right. So he's claiming that the Discord is the one that gave the list of comfort woman statues. And he's claiming this is a defense. So saying, because they were the ones that came up with this, I'm not guilty. I'm off the hook. That's it. I'm innocent. You got to let me go, right? Because the Discord told me to do it. Therefore I do it. And yes, Bomb and Troll, thank you for that. I appreciate that. This is the authentic me with scuff and all. But all right, so there's this new excuse, and this is something that came out 15 minutes, covered it, other channels covered it. So this is one I feel the need to kind of put this down like old Yeller, right? Taco World for $14.99 Australian says, "Sup, gentlemen, gents. Let's hope my Wi-Fi plays the game so I don't keep getting glitching." Good. Big Buddha says, "Damn LM over here with Starboy vibes. It's a weekend song about saying I have FU money. Stop hating on me because you ain't me." Hey, I'm just trying to live a life over here. I'm a simple Florida lawyer. All right, so here's his defense. Well, spoiler alert, Ramsey. That defense won't work. This defense is not going to work. Ramsey's defense is not going to work. And we're going to talk about why. There's 3 reasons why, and I've got a little note at the end why this is not going to work. Number 1, Somali isn't being charged for attacking the statutes or the statues. Let's just go ahead and fix that one again there. Let's go ahead and fix that scuff. All right, let's go ahead and do that. He's not being in charge for attacking the statues. So what? I have so many statutes. There's so many statutes in this. Oh my God. How many times did I make that error? I made that error consistently. Guys, when I scuff, at least I scuff consistently. I got a clip for this, guys.
Look, here's the thing. Fine. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Sometimes I'm a very special child. If there was only someone who said scuff jar, forget swear jar. I need a scuff. I will be broke if there's a scuff jar. If there's a scuff jar, I'm going to be in poverty. All the Somali money is going into the fucking scuff jar. And then I had cursed, so I got another one for the swear jar. At least I'm consistently scuffing. Okay. All right. So Somali isn't charged for attacking the statues. This attacking the statues is morally and ethically disgusting. It's a horrible thing to do. It's really bad. It's something that should be a crime, but it's not necessarily criminal. So that's one of the things that the Korean government is trying to change. They're trying to make it criminal, but none of the charges he's facing, none of the charges involve attacking the statues. So him saying, and let's go back here, that the Discord created the list of statues doesn't change anything for him in terms of what he's charged with. Here's what he's charged with: obstruction of business, 2 Minor Crimes Act, another obstruction of business, 2 deep fakes, and a 3rd obstruction of business. And by the way, he's pled guilty to 4 of those. So all the ones he's pled guilty of, those are off the table, but those are for, none of these are for the statute. It's for 7-Eleven. It's for harassing people with a fish, disturbing the metro in the bus. It's for monkey noises and twerking on the bus. And once again, I'm using the language of the court. The language of the court was twerking and monkey noises. I don't make this shit up. I'm just here. And there's a swear jar again. But Jungman, the male Korean streamer, kissing Hank, Bong Bong, and Lotte World. None of these things is a statue. Tim Schmidt says for 10 pounds, next thing you know, he will say, yes, ChatGPT. That's also not an offense. It's funny how that works, right? It's funny how that works. Gary Lee for 199 says Ramsey loves snitching on himself. He can't help it. It's between him and Hank. Who does more snitching? They both snitch a lot. Kate Kerbal says scuff jar, more like scuff shipping container. And Michael Schmidt says, Nochmal Gruß aus Deutschland. Lock him up. Vielen Dank. Over there in Deutschland. Hope you're doing well. And Legal Mindset can use 50% of the ad revenue for the swear jar. You might not be wrong. That's why you guys have to like the video. And also, if you want to become a member, it's a lovely time to become a member. We did the stream for all members. So next members only stream is the BLM only stream. So for those members, the basic Legal Mindset at the highest level, we're going to have another one very, very soon. All right, let's go to reason number 2. Reason number 2, why his defense of the Discord made me do it is not going to work, is because Discord or anyone else telling you to do something does not remove intent. So Discord or anyone else, whether it was the Pope, whether it was his mom, whether it was Hank, whether it was anybody else, doesn't remove his intent. So whether Ramsey came up with the plan or whether he went with the plan others made doesn't remove his knowing commission of the crime. So he did the crime, he committed the crime knowingly. And if anything, it aggravates the crime. It makes it worse. So he was not like totally incapacitated when he did it. He was not mentally insane by the legal standard in Korea. And other people telling you to do something does not mitigate the crime. So if anything, having a plan, so saying we knowingly had a plan and I went with this plan knowing it was bad will make it way worse. Way worse. That won't make it better. That will make it way, way worse. That will aggravate the crime. And we talked about aggravating and mitigating. Aggravating means longer sentencing. And I'm going to show you the sentencing schedule in a second. This is not going to mitigate it at all whatsoever. I like this one. Garrett Griffin for 10 says, and if Discord told you to jump off a cliff, would you, young man? That's pretty much the response. I mean, Garrett, like no irony. That's kind of where he's thinking with this. And once again, I don't like to blame the parents, but it's like something like, you know, I just have to ask myself, like, you know, did your parents not teach you this lesson, right? This is an early childhood lesson of don't do what others say blindly without thinking. Mr. Melancholy for 1, thank you so much. Also, a common person says, thank you for putting together the charts and PowerPoint slides. It helped visual learners like myself. Thanks for the content. My pleasure. My pleasure. I try to educate and entertain. Okay, so let's continue with this. Oh, Archlord Doomrider said, so you're saying the insanity plea won't work? No. So legally speaking, there is no difference between the graphic on the left and the graphic on the right. Legally speaking, Johnny Somali is still responsible whether it's this or this. So whether Johnny Somali came up with the plan himself or whether Discord told him to do it, or Paul Danino, Ice Poseidon told him to do it. Now, by the way, I actually don't believe Ice Poseidon told him to do it. I don't think Ice Poseidon told him to do any of this, right? So I actually don't believe that. But Johnny tries to blame it on him. Johnny was trying to blame him and Miskiff and everybody else and say it was Ice's fault. I don't think Ice told him to do it. I don't. But let's pretend in a hypothetical, magical world that Ice did tell him to do it. It wouldn't matter. Johnny would still be guilty. Let's say it was all Hank's idea. That doesn't change it. The only thing that would change if it was Hank's idea is if it was Hank's idea, then Hank might face a case. But that wouldn't get Johnny Somali off from the crime. Johnny Somali is still guilty. This arrow is still Johnny Somali crime. So as long as Johnny Somali is the one that caused that crime, he's still on the hook. The only thing it might do is if Hank was involved, yeah. If Nick Rekieta told you to do it, but Nick Rekieta told me to do it. Well, I was busy having CPS reports filed on him and giving cocaine to his child. No, it doesn't matter. Who told you? Dana Skier for 40 Thai Bot says, can't Brennan Kim and Vivian charge Johnny Somali for another deepfake? Yes, if they came forward and they filed a police report. I do believe, and this is something I've said before, I do think there's some blackmail, and I do think they're blackmailing them. I do think Johnny Somali is likely blackmailing Brennan Kim and Vivian with threats of kidnapping charges. I think that's the thing. But that's my speculation. It could be wrong. One Day at a Time says, but the voices told me to do it. That would be insanity. Kate Kerbal said, legally speaking, he's cooked. That's right. And then Warranty Void with 20 Legal Mindset memberships. Hell yeah. Let's get a little, hold on. Are you guys enjoying the stream today? Like the video and say thank you to Warranty Void. Also, JP Ravenfire with 5 Legal Mindset memberships. That's going to give us a little
emotional cabbage.
We're also halfway to the goal. So thank you guys for supporting me. Thanks for supporting the channel. And thanks for the gift memberships. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And then Norman Froelich says for 10, Guten Tag, legal mindset. But it was just a prank defense won't work. No, it's exactly, you know what? It's the same as it's just a prank defense in Vitaly's case, insofar as that doesn't mitigate that you did the action. Just because you feel one way about it, just because you feel pressure from your Discord or pressure to do a prank, that doesn't get you out of the fact that you did the thing. And that actually brings me to number 3. That's a good segue for number 3. So number 3 is none of Ramsey's crimes, none of them, not a single one, requires criminal intent or premeditation. Let me say that one more time. None of Ramsey's crimes require criminal intent or premeditation. Let me explain what this means. So many of you know about murder. Murder is a type of crime in the United States. Let's use the United States as an example. In the United States, to be convicted of murder, you have to do 2 things. Number 1, you have to have the actus reus, which is the act, which means you have to actually murder somebody. So somebody has to be dead for you to be convicted of murder. That's step 1. Step 2 is you have to have the intent, the criminal intent that qualifies as murder. Now, that doesn't have to be an elaborate plan. It could be something that happens, as we say, in hot blood, in the heat of the moment. You're in the heat of passion. You know, you catch your wife in bed with another man, and it's not a Nick Rekieta Aaron thing where it's consensual. It's you know, somebody you didn't know, right? And they murder him. You know, let's say, you know, like they get murdered, right? That's still criminal intent, and it can be formed in a second. That intention can be formed in a second. None of that is required here. These crimes are really yes or no questions. The legal question that the judge is going to decide when he's deciding is Ramsey guilty or not guilty is a very, very simple question. And the question boils down to this, really, the 2 questions, and it's a yes or no. For the obstruction charge, because remember, let's go back here. He pled not guilty on 1 obstruction charge. So we still got to ask this question. Then we've got the deepfakes. Everything else he's pled guilty on. So we're only concerned about 1 obstruction charge and the deepfakes. So here's the question for the obstruction. Did Ramsey obstruct the normal business operations at Lotte World? Did Ramsey stop the business from running as it normally would? The answer is yes, or the answer is no. And obviously we know the answer is yes. It's a clear yes. It's a clear resounding yes. It's not normal for rides to stop at a theme park. It's not normal for security to be called at a theme park. So of course he's guilty of number 1, obviously, right? Chat's like, yes, 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 yes. Sid Vitches, no, just being a contrarian. Yes, yes. Did he publish a deepfake of Bong Bong and Myungman on stream? Publish means to show. Publish means to show. In the court, we say publish to the jury, right? And you show something to the jury. Did he show a deepfake on his stream? Yes or no? And we know for that the answer is yes. Once you answer yes to those questions, you are guilty. Everything else is just you attempting to mitigate it and you attempting to make it look less bad in the eyes of the judge, but you're still guilty. So none of this is going to change those questions. This is what is so crazy about the defense of Ramsey. Is he doesn't have any proof that the business was operating normally for the obstruction charge, or that he didn't publish it. We have the video. The court has the video showing him show it. There's no wiggling out of that one. He's admitted he showed it multiple times. He showed it, and by the way, he showed the deepfake multiple times, and he showed multiple versions of deepfakes. So there's no way to get out of that and say, no, I didn't do it. They even took his phone. They've got the information. They were in his Discord. Someone said, what are the arguments for mitigation? The arguments for mitigation are, I'm so sorry. I will not do this again. I did do this. The arguments for mitigation are, I did this and I'm very sorry and I'm not going to do this again. That's your mitigation, not this. Not trying to say I didn't do it. Wadafuk is this, says, how about it came to me in a dream? That also doesn't work. That's a good one, but it doesn't work. Amateur Ant says a lot of these IRL streamers are scumbags and should go to jail for years, though. I still feel Nick Ricada is way worse and he only got 5 years probation. Yeah, but remember, 5 years probation is a hell of a thing, and a lot of people relapse and they end up bringing back the charges. So, let's see what happens there with old Nicky Poo. He may relapse given his eccentric behavior. I think it's fair to say. About old Nicky. Luther Harris for 5 says, someone out there, please make a meme of RKI being convinced by Discord for My Little Pony to do bad things. Bad things. The Discord made me do it.
Emotional damage.
Sorry, not sorry. All right. Remember, he's facing 12 years for these. So what he's trying to do, and what he doesn't realize is he's trying to get these things mitigated. He's trying to make it so that when he's convicted, in chat, he will be convicted. He will be convicted. When he's convicted, that he gets the mitigated column, which is about 6 months behind bars. 6 months behind bars. He wants this. But what is happening is his arguments are actually putting it more in the aggravated category, which is anywhere between 4 years and 3 months to 12 years. The more these people talk up, the more this aggravates it. The more Somali makes excuses, the more he tries to say other people did it and not take responsibility himself. He's putting himself in this category. He's putting himself over here. 100%. Butch von Buten for 11 euros says, can the last sentence of the judge be, it's all just a prank? Not. That would be funny. Like Ramsey, you're sentenced to 12 years behind bars. It's just a prank, bro. Not. Would be funny, but the Korean judge is very serious. He's not going to joke like that. Armando Limon for 5 says, RKI is from Scottsdale, Arizona. He would be in a Maricopa County jail prison for the similar crimes. It's why he doesn't do it. Jail in Arizona is no fun. And by the way, people are getting really punished in the U.S. I know other people like Grandpa Tozy and others have covered some of the U.S. streamers. I may dig into that, but guys, understand, I do live in Asia and I do have a strong following with the expat community and the people over here. I have an affinity for Asia. So I am trying to focus on the other Asian streamers, which is why we're going to cover Baby Haze later. He's over here in my home turf, the Kingdom of Thailand. I feel really passionate about that. So even though there's some bigger streamers getting in trouble in America, I do feel the need to cover these folks in Asia, particularly the crowd affiliated with Johnny Somali, the people that have run with people. They're one step from Johnny Somali or 2 steps from Johnny Somali, the CX crowd, etc., that have ties to him. I think it's hilarious to see these people put behind bars. No comments from his Discord, and this is what I really want to point out here. And this is something that I probably, I'm speaking to you guys in the chat. I'm also speaking to other channels. I don't know why anybody takes anything serious coming from his Discord or coming from his fans. His Discord and his fans are even more worthless than him or Hank. Even more worthless. Because these are people that look up to Johnny, or even worse, they're just like people that are bored and are following him for attention. These are absolute nobodies. They're not even ballsy enough to be on film or on camera, right? They want to hide in their chair in their basement, feeding his Discord. So I don't care what they say. And also, really what they say isn't as usable as what Johnny says and Hank says. Although, by the way, and this is my second point, Ramsey uses so many proxy accounts that likely many of these people who say there's somebody else could be Johnny Somali. And I very much believe that many of these other people are Johnny Somali, just using different alternate names and egos. And even if they're not Johnny, they're probably communicating with him and operating on his command. So just understand, you don't want to play into Johnny's framework or playbook, and you don't want to be hoodwinked by Johnny, guys. Don't be fooled by Johnny. He's low IQ enough. You guys don't need to stoop there in low IQ world. Catweasel Gaming for 50 legal mindset memberships. Holy smokes, you know what Ramsey and Hank are doing right now, besides disliking the video. By the way, like the video right now.
You are coping the ceiling. You just can't believe what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping the ceiling. The truth it is all day, and now you are more than you.
Big coat from Johnny and Hank when they see the 50. Thank you, Catweasel Gaming. Thanks for the support of the channel and love you guys. Appreciate your constant support. It really helps. Ram Recruit says, point one finger, 10 fingers point back sort of thing. Exactly. Rebel Chanel says, keep up the good work, dude. Dude, I'm not stopping. I am not stopping. All right. So that's what I got for the Ramsey portion of today. So we've got a really juicy point for the BabyHaze side. But that's what we've got for the Somali side. I do believe we're going to get this bombshell out this week. I will let you guys know when that happens. Trust me, we're working as fast as possible. Christopher Tillery says, even if you were to talk about the fact that somebody else made him do it, you still feel guilty. He's still guilty for even doing the action, point blank and simple. Exactly. He did the thing. He published the deepfake. He showed the deepfake. He obstructed the business. He made noises on the bus. He admits to doing these things. He literally says, I'm guilty. We had the Discord messages where Somali himself, in a verified account that was 100% him, says, I am guilty. He's guilty. He knows he's guilty. So this whole like Discord op thing, it's stupid, it's dumb, and it's not really worth much defeating. This is why I'm defeating it quickly in this video. And by the way, you can watch the fast facts for a condensed version with even more scuff. That's right, guys. You thought this was scuffy? That's got 25% more scuff. And I know here in the chat, you guys are really fans of scuff. So check that out. Embrace the scuff. Off Wagega for 500 yen says, if some Salami gets sent to prison, will he be with Korean prison inmates? No, he will be in the foreigner prison in Chonan, Korea. He'll be in a foreigner-only prison, not with Korean inmates. I think it would go badly if he was with Korean inmates. Okay, so we're gonna cover streamer BabyHaze 69. Oh, by the way, let me get this one here. CJ Maldo said, "Hey, Legal Minds, I hope your day's going well. I think we can send Ramsey an emotional cabbage plushie. That would be great. Okay." So we've been covering streamer BabyHaze 69. And last stream, I covered his kind of his crash out at a 7-Eleven. And I was told during the stream there was more criminal stuff on this guy and more crazy stuff in his streams, but we didn't have time to clip it all. Well, we did have time to clip it all. And in a crazy turn of events, this streamer, BabyHaze69, this guy, he's in Thailand right now. He's in Bangkok, my city. He deleted all of his videos, all of the past videos. So he went back as soon as Legal Mindset was on the case covering him. And as soon as the Somali conviction team was in there, he went and mass deleted all of his videos. So shout out to you guys. Big love for the Somali conviction team. Once again,
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
As soon as we're on the case, these people panic and they shit themselves, which I absolutely love. And he's already thinking about fleeing Thailand. King Bob's Queen says, the devil made me do it defense. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. And K-Cup says, kid's lawyer, objection, Your Honor. Showing my client what my client did is devastating to my case. Okay. So we have all the videos. We've got them all saved. And we have clips today. So I posted a lot of these on my X account. But I want to start with this one, because this one is about the accusation. So Robert Escher, by the way, Robert Escher for 10 says 10 out of 10 would convict again. Thank you, Robert Escher. So this one deals with the accusations. Now, last stream, I pointed out that according to the conviction team, he had a accusation of SA, and I'm not going to say the word because YouTube does not like that word, but I think we all are grown-ups and know what SA means. He had an SA allegation in Korea. Now, at first, he was denying this. And there's video of him from earlier in April of this year trying to both admit and deny it. So let's watch this video. You guys will hear it when I play the video. You'll hear what it is.
Buddy, what's up? Yo, buddy, come here. What's up? Or I tell them I'm dumb foreigner. What are you saying, bro? I'm doing my shit, bro.
Oh, bro. I mean, the thing is, you don't know what the fuck's up with Korean police. I know. Because I've been falsely accused of rape.
Damn, you're fucked, bro.
No, I'm not fucked.
That's good.
No.
And to be clear, I think he misspoke. I think it was essay and not the word that rhymes with grapes. So I think he did misspeak there.
No, I was exonerated. I was exonerated. I was deemed not guilty.
Let's say that's true. Okay, chat. Okay,
So he's here. So he's here with Daddy Ice Poseidon, and because he's getting grilled and pressed by Daddy Ice Poseidon, Paul Danino is pressing him a little bit on this, right? And because Paul is pressing him here, he's trying to pretend that he didn't do this.
I make a real I talk about random shit. I say I killed Tupac. You know, I say random ass shit when I'm drunk. You know, I say I'm fucking Jay-Z. I say I'm the next Kendrick, whatever, right? You guys never mentioned that, but okay, let's say I was falsely accused. Let's say that's the truth, right?
Well, you said you were.
Well, it's not true, but I made that shit up for content. But let's say it's true, right?
You just made it up.
Yeah, I did. But
you had a whole backstory, dude. You had a whole backstory.
Woo! But let me just explain it though. Okay, let's say.
And you can see he's laughing because he knows it's true. He knows that the accusation with the essay charge was actually true. But let's let him play this out.
Hey, I'm falsely accused, chat. All right, and it's falsely accused means a girl, a feminist, using the legal system against me to get money out of me for something I didn't do. That's sociopathic. That's fucked up. And Chad is calling me rapist, and I'm fucking cool. And this guy's using
this
that.
Aloe guy is late trying to cancel Baby Haze. Why don't we bring up Aloe? He wants to.
So he's trying to use the excuse of this as a feminist that is trying to cancel him, and it's just totally made up, and it's totally BS. And mind you, he's trying to say it's fake, right? Well, it turns out today he actually confirmed, no, I'm admitting this is now real. This is from him today. This is a chat, and I'll scroll here. I'm gonna be clear, chat. I never had an R word charge. It was SA. It was SA. 6 years back, was proven not guilty, and the Korean government paid for my legal expenses. Chat, I'm going to get back to this in a second. Because we now know a lot about the Korean government and the Korean legal system. Let me get back to this in a second. Okay, continuing. The girl was convicted with a false accusation, and I don't have a sister. So some people were saying it was against his sister. That's not a thing. Real quick, I am really doubting this. So speaking with people who know about the Korean system, the Korean government almost never does this. The only time the Korean government would ever pay you is if there was a huge prosecutorial misconduct and you prove that there was corruption in the system and there's all sorts of other stuff. It is almost 100% unlikely. I'm going to say 99%, right? That's bullshit. That part about the Korean government paying him is complete bullshit. But what's true and what he admitted is he did indeed have a charge that was pressed against him. Now, once again, I can't say, and I'm not going to say, because once again, I don't defame people, right? I'm not going to say whether or not he was guilty of that or not, or whether or not he actually did that or not. All I'm going to say is we're going to watch more video, and I want you to be your own judge, right, of the character of this person. And if you were a person falsely accused, because false accusations do happen, right? False accusations do happen. Depp versus Heard, Trevor Bauer, right? Those are two prominent cases where there were clear false accusations, right? But in those cases, the people who are accused are typically, number one, overall good people, and they have a lot of people to come vouch for them, right? And say, this person would never do that, would never treat somebody like that, would never act like that, would never do these things. And number two, if you have an accusation against you, you typically should try in the future to be a good boy and behave well and not act certain ways around women. We're going to play some video and this is from I think yesterday or the day before, about him talking about Japanese, Chinese, and Korean women. And I want you guys to be thoughtful of the way he talks about these women. I'm going to play this. And by the way, there is some foul language here, so, preserve yourselves.
And I don't like Korean girls, first of all. I don't understand why Jay Shiesty chose the worst kind of East Asians. Because if you have to date an East Asian, you should go for the Chinese ones. Although Chinese girls actually are kind of gold diggers in some type of way, but they're better gold diggers than the Korean ones because they make the men feel better. The Korean girls generally, they're so fucking gold digging, and they have an attitude for taking my money, bro. Why the fuck would you have attitude for getting money from me, bro? You should be happy that you should be getting money from me. But Chinese girls, on the other hand, would make me feel good, suck my dick, do whatever the fuck they need to do, cook some nice ass dumplings, maybe some xiaolong bao on the way, and just to serve you as a fucking like Egyptian king, bro. But like Korean girls have attitude. They take our money and they say, "Hey, what the fuck would I only get $200?" And Japanese girls are also good because they're submissive. But I feel like Japanese girls are more harder to. I don't know. Japanese girls are. I don't know. I'm not sure about Japanese girls. I might go to Japan. I've never been to Japan in my whole life. I've never fucking landed my fucking feet in Japan. So I might just go to Japan this year, chat. It might be potentially next fucking week. I don't know. I'm just like planting seeds, like just manifesting a next plan. But I might be ended because I feel like Japan in the summer, there's a lot of shit we can do. You know what I mean? Like a lot of girls in Japan are like, will have some nice ass pussy, wet, sweaty pussy.
So yeah,
and I don't like.
I'm gonna ask you guys. So after listening to that, once again, be your own judge. I'm not gonna tell you what to think, but Japanese people, be aware he's thinking of coming to Japan. He's thinking of visiting Japan. Yeah. Once again, if you are this pillar of goodness and these are false things, is this a way you'd be speaking about people? And we have more video, right? Video from Thailand. And there's a little funny thing. So this is actually funny. This is actually really fucking funny. I actually think this is funny. So apparently his Discord thought they spotted me in Bangkok, which is actually really hilarious. This is one thing I want to show real quick before we move on. His Discord thought they spotted me in Bangkok. I think this is along Sukhumvit Road. But look at this dude. Some dude over here. The guy's got jowls. He's got a totally different haircut, right? He's got white shoes. I don't even own white shoes, right? What the fuck? He's kind of short. Like, bro. You guys thought that was me? I really let myself go. That's right. I really let myself go. Oh God. Talk about low IQ chat. Chat L's. That was a chat L for his chat. Oh man. Okay. Hold on a second here. Gonna configure this other one. Okay, we've got some more clips here to show you guys. And these are all ones. Once again, be your own judge of these comments. Be your own judge of would a person that is trying to portray themselves as innocent make these comments. Once again, be your own judge. So here we go. Here's another one. Let's play this one. Oh, what? Let's play that one more time. That's not a comment I would make if you had charges against you. That is definitely, from a advice standpoint, from a this is not legal advice, just general, not like clear stupidity. Why would you ever make that comment? Oh, there's no audio. Let's go back. Let's play it one more time. Scuff set. Oh, hold on. Let me get these super chats. And I'll play it one more time. Jeremy Biver. Play this one more time. Gary Lee says, fat, 2, guilty. I can see through his lies. V-Man says, what did the Cabbage Patch Kid do this time? Oh, a lot. Rebel Channel says, people like Johnny Somali should have their passport and cameras confiscated. They should be blacklisted from international traveling. I agree. Stygian VDA 1994 says, hey, 2 streams ago, you noted that Johnny could be running a criminal enterprise. Could you look into the possible punishments that come with that? Well, once again, no, not really. No, I'm looking at what the real charges against him are. If there's some sort of like higher up thing that comes against him, I'll look at it, but I focus on the real charges. I don't speculate, because you can speculate forever and that's a non-ending thing. Big Buddha says, that's not legal mindset. That's Hank Hill in the wild. Tachyon says, understandable. All white people look the same. Armando says, you let yourself go in mere hours. Emotional damage. No, emotional cabbage. Kapakura said, can we warn Japan not to let him in? If yes, tell us how. We don't need to let a degen. I mean, you can inform immigration if he's coming. Once again, I'm not positive. I think he was speculating on those plans, but still, it's something that, immigration might want to know. Jordan Joseph said, who's the fat guy at bed? By the way, Mabuhay, that is BabyHaze's 69. He is the nuisance streamer we've been following here in Thailand on his journey of leading to criminality, because we have a criminal report that's been filed against him. Banky for 10 says, Scuff Jar is bountiful today. Yes, it's overflowing. Thank you, guys. And also, thank you for helping me hit the goal. We hit the goal today, guys. Thank you so much for that. Giving Johnny, Hank, and all the news.
Are you guys enjoying the stream today?
A little bit of love. All right, let's go back with less scuff this time, guys, with 50% less scuff. Let's do it. Screen 2. There we go. Here we go. Let's do it.
But shut the fuck up, all right? Shut the fuck up. I'm not a scammer, first of all. I'll rather be a fucking rapist than a scammer. Like,
so once again, let's play that one more time.
Scammer, first of all. I'll rather be a fucking rapist than a scammer.
A third time?
Scammer, first of all. I'll rather be a fucking rapist than a scammer.
Yeah, I as somebody who has active who had previous past charges, once again, even allegations, you would not want to say that. That's not very smart. I would not advise someone to say that, especially someone that is still actively harassing people in Thailand. And this is him on Soy 11. And this is him harassing folks. These are girls he's harassing on Soy 11 until a local calls him out. So this happened just the other day. And once again, he's saying things like, I'd rather be a R word than a scammer. And then he's doing stuff like this, right? Doing stuff like this. Let's play this one here.
Hi, how it going? Yeah, you can sit.
I don't want to this bias.
So he's going up to 3 girls, filming them without their permission, shoving the camera in their face, filming them without their permission, which once again, that is probably a no-no. And beyond that, he's sitting down when they've got their bag in the chair. And and clearly don't want anything to do with this dude.
No, it's okay. I'll drink. Yeah. Okay, I'll leave in a minute. Oh, sit down. So this is my friend Kyle, and I'm Haze. Nice. No worries. Wait, so what's your name? Hi. Nice to meet you. Oh, it's okay. I'll film
So
me.
they tell him not to take photos or videos, right? He's already done it. He's already walked up and took photo or video of them, right? Already, right? Without their permission. Scuff Jar is bountiful today, I know. And Puka Darling says, do you see 15 minutes? Yes, I did. I've already addressed that in the first half. So rewind or catch the fast facts after this video. Jared Russell is a new member. Thank you. Continue.
I'll film me only.
Yeah, don't take video, you fucking fat loser, streamer, motherfucker.
Who the fuck are you?
So this is a local. A local walks up and is like, what are you doing, you fat streamer MRFer? Pretty based. Not going to lie. Pretty based.
You, who am I? I'm a fucking normal person. I'm not a fucking loser streamer like you.
Yeah, but look at your fucking loser ass fucking watch. Look at your fucking old ass motherfucking bitch ass. Yeah, who the fuck? Do you know him? Do you know him? Do you know him? Do you know him? Get the fuck away! They don't know you, bro. Fuck off! Fuck off! If I come out, I'll stab your ass, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
So hold on. He's threatening to stab a local. That's another one there where it's like, bro, you mess with the wrong person, right? Threatening to stab someone. Let me play that one more time.
Yeah, who the fuck? Do you know him? Do you know him? Do you know him? Do you know him? Get the fuck away! They don't know you, bro. Fuck off! Fuck off! If I come out, I'll stab your ass, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck here, pussy ass.
Reverse that camera. Look at this fucking fat.
Dude, I'm here sitting down. You're in my fucking face. Get the fuck out, bro. Dude, I'm just talking. I'm not harassing. I'm not harassing, bro. Do you know me? Do you know me?
I know people like you.
Dude, I was invited.
Literally calling him an incel, calling him out to be an incel, which is absolutely based. I appreciate that so much. Just pointing out the fact this guy is an incel. He's the definition of incel loser.
I was invited. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Look at your tattoos, bro. You're a fucking lowlife, motherfucker.
No, you're hiding.
Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Put down that camera. I'll teach you a good lesson.
Don't get the fuck out, bro. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know you. Why do you come into my face or harass me? Why are you harassing me? You're a fucking old ass, bro.
You a fat bum that like to take advantage of women that are just trying to show.
And it's great. It's fucking great. That line right there, you're a fat ass bum who likes to take advantage of women, could not be truer. And this is what the similarity is with a lot of these streamers, is like Johnny Somali, for example. And that's why I kind of draw these lines, is they really only take advantage of like women and then children, right? They're people who prey on other people and they prey on their politeness, right? They prey on the girls being polite and not wanting to confront people, right? And good on that local, very based on that local, to stand up and call this guy out and say, hey, that shit is not cool. Right. That's absolutely not cool. So big ups on them for that, like 100% for that comment. And then we have the next part here. And this is the like kind of continuation here, which is the police report. So I'll probably have to have more information on this on a separate stream. But the streamer Murat, and once again, Murat is no saint himself, but Murat filed a police report in Pattaya against him for fighting with him. So he now officially begins his criminal saga with the filing of a police report. So not only does he have this creepy, weird women behavior and like all these comments in this history, but now he's got something against him for fighting, and there's a police report against him for that. So he's got, the case is building up. Right. And then, of course, we had the incident the other day in the 7-Eleven where he was filming without permission repeatedly when told not to. He was harassing the girl in 7-Eleven. So we've got, a case building for these guys. Once again, I like to keep track of these guys, and I will keep track of this as it develops, particularly if there's any action on this police report for fighting that they take. I think that would be very interesting to follow. So Baby Haze, 69, I think it was in a conversation with Ice Poseidon. He was referred to generally as the future of CX. So I like to look at these up and coming Somalis, right? As they transform and they get on that path. I think it's quite interesting. Jared Russell for 10 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you so much.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
Garrett Griffin says, my statement about Baby Haze making sense with the sound off was supposed to be a joke. Yeah, it wasn't. Gary Lee said, is he in Thai jail yet? Not yet. But once again, the case is building. That's what I'm trying to show here is there's more meat on this bone that could be actionable. The more he streams, the more there's the meat on that bone. Warren A for 5 says, Baby Haze a Hank wannabe. He's like Hank plus like 50, 60 pounds. He is like triple chin Hank. Doug Diaz for 5. Thank you so much.
Emotional cabbage.
So that's what I got for today, folks. Now, don't go anywhere because there's a Fast Facts after that has 25% more scuff. I know you guys will absolutely love it. Thank you, and follow up on that, and I will catch you all later. Take it easy, guys, and don't be coping. And
You are coping the ceiling. You just can't believe what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping the ceiling. The truth it is all day, and now you are molding.